Okay, Comic 79. It's one thing to say that I drew more than 100 of these, quite a bit more, but it's another thing to say to myself that I've recorded now 78 approximately 5-minute long commentaries. 78 times 5 is 490. How many hours of... I'll do the math on that later. Anyway, Comic 79, and I can't figure it out where I normally put this stupid microphone. Boy, good to be back in the real world where there are no incompetent tyrants trying to rule the world with an iron fist. Where have you all been? You've been gone for 4 hours and I can't figure out how any of this stuff works. I'd fire you, but then no one would make it all work. Well, that's a good double usage of work, isn't it? He says work, and then he says work again. Like I was saying, boy, it's good to go back home and still have authoritative morons just itching to be humiliated and insulted. There you go. And there's Julie suddenly standing up on a big high pedestal because suddenly her armpits are much higher than everyone else. Yeah, it's just because I'm drawing inconsistent armpit heights. I'm focusing on armpits. See? See? Armpits? Because that way I'm not talking about her boobs. So there's good old Mr. Grieber, whose neck is also at the same neck. His shoulders are actually higher up than Jeff's. He must be standing on a box as well. Everyone in this theater occasionally stands on boxes. I'm just gonna say. Don't worry, that's canon now. It's part of the law behind all of this. Yes, yes, yes. So I surreptitiously shrunk the font somewhat a few comics ago, and now I'm just texty man. It's all about big texting. I'll talk about this. First one, I mean, here's your haha, and then the joke here is the like I was saying. So he says one thing, and then something happens to prove him either right or wrong. In this case, wrong. And then the third panel, you kind of change what you said in the first one based on what it said. I don't even know what I'm talking about, but the joke of this is that Jeff changes what he says, because what he said at first gets negated by this kind of third party, I don't know what you're talking about, I'm going to come in, it's the timing of the conversation where someone comes in and says, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm going to say something that's terribly appropriate to what you just said. And of course Jeff continues to ignore him and just goes on. I don't like that middle line. I can't figure out how any of this stuff works. I'd fire you, but then no one would make it all work. Any of this stuff works, make it all... I don't think so. I mean, maybe he's supposed to be an idiot, but it would make that sound so much better if he hadn't said the word work twice. I would prefer it if he just changed it somewhat. I'm not going to worry about it right now, because what's done is done. That was years ago. There's Mr. Grieber in his tie. There he is with his two little clouds stapled to the side of his head. His funny little baldness. He's got his little angry brows and a little mustache. I keep forgetting about the little mustache, because I think was it prominent in the first couple of comics? I don't know. But there we are. So I think this is the last one of this particular storyline, and then again, honestly, I do not remember what happens next. Something must. Yeah. All right. So we'll leave it as that, and we'll move into comic 80 tomorrow. I'm still feeling a little bit sick. If you can't tell, I'm just stuffed up. I'm fine. It's just the stuffiness, so it might come through sounding in my awesome voice. Okay, tomorrow.